Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Alfa Romeo Career Mode. In our last episode we had a double points finish and Kimi Räikkönen got a stat boost. Even though he's reached his potential, Giovinazzi got a good interview and our balance sheet is balanced. And they're glad to hear that Alfa Romeo have gotten their financial troubles in hand, and so am I honestly. Oh, very annoying chief, what does she have to say? Great to see us making our transport leaks. I forgot we even have this type of thing because we never get to use it, really. I'm trying to reach all these hubs since the hubs give us extra stuff. So we'll do that because it takes one race. Another upgrade point for Gio. As you can tell, his stats are kind of getting balanced. His peak on almost every single stat is 17, 18, and then two 19s over here. I think he's been driving very well recently, and for him to break a little bit later means that he's slightly closer to the competition. As for Kimi, wow. Look at all the negative modifiers happen as you age in this game. -7 in braking, -8 in consistency, -1 in corner, -1 in focus, -2 in overtaking, -3 in smoothness. But he has a hot streak, not a hot treat. He has to finish better than 14th to keep this streak going. You know, that's exactly the type of driver that you want to keep that's just like, hey, I want to finish 2 positions better than our goal. Okay. And we're going home. This is a home race for me. I'm an American that watches F1, which means my sleep schedule is non-existent. Well, let's go to Phoenix. Alright, you already know. This race will not be as good as last week's race where we got a double points finish. It's going to be pretty tough since the engine is one of the most crucial pieces. The suspension is a crucial part, and a rear wing is basically all the things we can't make. That's what you need to be good at this track. It's quite interesting that they forgot Alaska and Hawaii in the graphic, but I guess that's what the rest of the world thinks about us. Qualifying time. Will it be a procession for Sergio Perez, or can somebody else put it on pole? It's time for qualifying. Channel 6 news, very bland. Everyone else has a storyline. Channel 6 just like, it's time. Let's get into the qualifying session. Now, it is an oval track, but not set up as an oval. Right now it's set up as a road course variant of an oval track, so it has a whole section that's dedicated to the classic NASCAR oval turns, and then an intersection that will be great for our front wing. We could get another run for Kimi. Yeah, we're going to try to get another run. I don't think we're going to be able to get Gio there. We're probably not going to be able to get Kimi there either, but we're going to attempt a 4th run because there's no penalty for getting a better run or attempting a better run. In fact, we're not going to get it at all. They're going to call it here. Yep. P7, P13. Not awful for Kimi. And as for Gio, I'm going to take the full blame there. I really should have expected it to happen 3 times, because that's just the Alfa Romeo luck. But we're going to do better than that. I have a feeling we can do a little bit better than that. Kimi Räikkönen is only 0.6 off the pace. Maybe that new suspension we built him is helping him significantly more than Antonio's. But we'll see. It's a kind of mixed up grid, as Bottas is trying his best to try to win that driver's championship. Not going to happen. Fernando Alonso, very disappointed with his drive today. He's got a lot of hard work to do here in America. Well, I guess as an American, watching NASCAR and other motorsports my whole life, it might give me an edge. The American fans always seem to generate huge amounts of noise. This country is defined by the car in a way, and you can totally feel it. We're so deep into motorsport country here in Phoenix that I am pretty sure I just saw a guy injecting gasoline into his veins. Now, that might happen, but mainly at NASCAR races. Valtteri Bottas in P1, Charles Leclerc P2, P3, Lewis Hamilton with P4 being Max Verstappen, the championship leader, Sergio Perez in P5, and Carlos Sainz in P6. Another shocking performance for Alfa Romeo, but is it shocking anymore? Kimi Räikkönen P7, excuse my tongue, Daniel Ricciardo P8, Lance Stroll P9, Norris P10, good for his team, P11, Schumacher, and P12, Mazepin. The Haas team is just on the edge of points when it just comes to qualifying. P13 and P14, Antonio Giovinazzi and Fernando Alonso. P15 is Esteban Ocon, while P16 is Sebastian Vettel. P17 is coming up shortly, and it is none other than Pierre Gasly and George Russell. P19 is a mixture of the AlphaTauri and Williams, being Latifi and Tsunoda. Alright, getting into this race, similar situation here. Almost 20 laps like the last race. Not quite 20 laps though. So we have two strategies. Oh, is that even a true strategy though? Because let's see, you do softs, that's 5 laps on softs. Plus 11 is only 16. You're gonna be bound to just pit one more time. It sounds stupid, it sounds horrible. I know how it always sounds when I do this crap, but it's almost just start on the mediums, because that's 9 laps plus 9 laps is 18. You're still barely making it. I think going medium up to medium is the best strategy, and you can tell other people are there too. It's 5 red light here in America, and away we go. Coming into the oval here, Kimi Räikkönen is pushing other drivers off the track in the middle of everything there. A huge mess. Giovinazzi close behind. They're 4 wide and yeah, that's crazy to think of being 4 wide at a track like this. Somebody's getting shoved out wide, and it looks like it was Perez. And let's see if our engine can even handle everyone else actually having an engine. So the soft tires are already fading as Ricciardo and Raikkonen are just making their way through the ranks. I say that as Lando Norris overtakes us, but that's okay. I think that's just pure engine speed than anything. Not going to save tires or anything yet until everyone else in front of us comes in, because we have to be able to run semi-competitive laps so we don't lose so much track position. I do wish that it were the longer layout here that actually takes us on more of those roads, so there's more heavy braking zones, so our brakes can be used and our front wing can really bite in and turn. But seeing what Daniel Ricciardo is doing, we're just 2 seconds off of his pace, so finishing anywhere within earshot of him is what we want. Not going to be much gas saved here, and Schumacher's going to try to pass us. I mean, we might as well let him, because he's got 35% on his tires, 30% now, because he's been racing us so hard. We're going to see Raikkonen start to skyrocket forward because of everyone else's, their situation's not any better. Mazepin's already in the pits, fitted on hard tires. We'll see how that goes for him. Giovinazzi is just effortlessly catching up to everyone else. Raikkonen's going to speed past a couple of drivers here, and then we're going to let him save tires. Gio's going to speed past a couple of drivers here and then save tires. Similar strategies for both of our drivers. Just want to make it work. Gio will come in 1 lap later, because that's just the Gio way. Ricciardo is the leader by a long shot here, and we catapult ourselves up into that top 4 for both drivers. Alonso is running the hard onto soft strategy, I suppose. We'll see how that actually pans out for him. And we're going to put both of our drivers back up on their tires, tell them to not push, but be a little bit more aggressive, We got 12 laps remaining. Yeah, if we can make this work to where we get it down to 9 laps, which is manageable, and put ourselves all on medium tires, everyone else behind us and in front of us would be on hard tires, which are the slowest compound out here. So strategy-wise, we're playing it right. As Kimi Räikkönen is burning, 10.8 per lap. We're going to let him cool off just on this big turn and tell him to come in 1 lap later. just so we can truly do the strategy and let him stay neutral the whole time. Chill off a little bit in the turns here. Neutral here, and push, push, push. Pits. He's going to hit the pits this lap. He's going straight back onto new medium tires, and that should take him to the end of the race. So I think we definitely could have made the softs onto hards work. And I know I say this every time where, oh, well, the medium tires are this and that, but each track is really weird, and almost like in real life, the tire compound sometimes should last for longer or shouldn't last for longer, but that's just the way that it is, as Kimi Räikkönen's tires are out on pit lane. Where better to have it go out at? Giovinazzi's going to speed on by everyone here. A 7-second pit stop. We got to clean those up. Going to put him on to, yeah, medium tires. I was thinking maybe the softs there, but he would have to fuel save, or not fuel save, but tire save like crazy. Alright, Kimi Räikkönen's got some work to do here. His tires should be leagues above the rest of everyone else here. Gio's just trying to hold up Vettel best he can. This is looking good for us so far. Great pit stop for Gio, or at least better than Kimi was. Got 10% per lap. I'm gonna wait one more lap before I truly start pushing. At least for Kimi. There's 7 laps remaining. Passing a few drivers there, getting back up into P7. Antonio Giovinazzi, on the other hand, he's gonna pass a chunk, go up to P14. Alright. Six laps remaining. Not good enough for Kimi to truly push yet. And once again, this weird situation where Ricciardo's 6 seconds ahead of us. 5 seconds now, as he's starting to cut down the gap. Giovinazzi is a man with a plan, but only 33% on his car. We do know that he's had a DNF once before in the series, and I do not want him to get another one here. Kimi going up to P6, and the last time we got P6 was, I don't want to say it wasn't by merit, because that's not fair to our engineers and everyone else and the strategy that we pulled, but it was definitely more on betting on the rain and betting when the rain's going to truly hit over anything else. So I'm not upset. Definitely nowhere close to upset. 4 laps remaining, so 28 plus 28. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. Yeah, sorry for the math. Just trying to make sure to do the right strategy for my boys. Vettel's on the soft tire. I don't think that strategy would have worked any better for us, because as you can see, Vettel is still outside of the points. 3 laps remaining here. It's about time to push, so we're going to push with Kimi here. And we're going to see if we can get P5. We should be able to steal it away from Valtteri. Come on. Push him. Alright, Gio's car is starting to fall apart. We're going to have to let him just cool off, because I don't want him to break his car. As Kimi... Yes! Yes, sir! Kimi Räikkönen moves up a position. Antonio Giovinazzi is going to get gifted a position from pits, so he's only one away. We're only 2 laps away. Come on, Gio. Come on, Kimi. We're dawning onto the last lap here. We're not gonna even try. Not even gonna try to push our tires on that car. On this car, yes. We might actually save with Kimi's, just because I want him to have a little bit of something for Valtteri in case he comes at him. Alright, come on, Kimi. We're gonna hit the gas with Kimi Räikkönen. Before we do this, I just am going to make sure to jump over to Giovinazzi. So Kimi Räikkönen guaranteed 5th place. Congratulations, buddy. And as for Gio, we're going to hit the gas here. Come on, get around him, get around him, get around. Yes, sir, Giovinazzi. We continue our streak of not only points finishes for Giovinazzi, but a double points finish for both of our team. That's 2 in a row now. Kimi Räikkönen gets a better finish than he did last time. Or, not last time, but the best finish he's had all season. I believe it was P6 at Germany. If I'm wrong, I'm going to edit over it anyways. So, that's great. That was our 11th race of the season. One more race left. We need to think about our next year's drivers lineup. And the strategy 10 onto 9 was probably better than 11 onto 8. So I should have short-stopped Gio to 9 and then made it 10 so that they were even. But all in all, good. Mazepin and Tsunoda and Russell lapped down. Ocon tried a strategy like us. Pete, we did the same thing as Daniel Ricciardo. We just didn't have the same pace as him. But moving from P7 up to P5 is great. And Giovinazzi being well outside of the points after a dismal qualifying effort, getting P10 is more than anything I could have asked for this team. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton wins this race, 3 seconds to Carlos. Max Verstappen gets a podium, Daniel Ricciardo P4, and here we are. Top 5 and top 10 total, so only 17 seconds off the leader. That's a pit stop. That's 1 pit stop off. And as for the point standings, everyone, going into the last race of the season, we have moved past Haas on the overall table, but there's still one more race left, and they could get more points than us. So we need to be ever vigilant on this to keep our P7 in this title fight. We're not going to win the title, but we could certainly win 7th place. Going into the championship, it's pretty much a shoe-in. Max won, right? Unless he DNFs, but even then, 25 points to that doesn't help him. Scrolling down, you find ourselves and Antonio Giovinazzi. Not the worst, but definitely not the best. The Phoenix podium here, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, and Max Verstappen. Antonio Giovinazzi is telling us, like a boss just heard from Scuderia Ferrari, that they got some new brakes. I hope ours are better. Well, you know what, Gio? It's the last race of the season, and I'm going to be bankrupt if we continue trying to make pieces for no reason at all. McLaren have produced a brand new gearbox for the next race. I wonder what impact that will have. I've had a word with Aston Martin Racing. Their new rear wing should be ready for the next race in Doha. OMG, I'm dying. That was a funny interview with Kimi Räikkönen. So funny. So many fuel nozzle jokes. As you can see, we got 50,000 in our balance book. You just saw our financials and you're scared. Don't worry, we're fine. Again? Alright, well. We're gonna have to pay this. But that's why the influence exists in the first place. Just like in real life, the more influence you have, the more you can get away with stuff. Lexi Livingston, delighted to announce that we're making connection. That's always good. We are going to end up going to the Iranian Driver Association just to get that hub so we can get closer to the rest of the world and try to get some of these little bonuses to all of these. Like this one gives +1 to all engineer stats. And then eventually +10 to fuel efficiency and +50 to engine performance. While over here, we can get a bonus such as one famous engineer, which was Levi Cochran, thank you for joining, and $100,000 just per race, just to get. And then a 2 drivability bonus, which helps with drivers not crashing. Jerry Judy here telling us that we could do a lot worse than hiring Scarlett Harrison. Boss, she's a top mechanic, got a big reputation around the WMC. Oh my gosh, maxed out on everything. Yeah, she's great. We'll see if anyone wants to name her something different, change it up, but I cannot sign anyone right now because we are beyond scared broke. But anyways, next race is the last race of the season. We have to pick between these drivers here. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? I'm not going to release the next episode till at least somebody says something down there. We have to think about what we want for the team and what we're willing to get and buy. Callum Ilott has the potential through the roof, but we just have to train him. Robert Schwartzman, his potential is a little bit higher, not as much through the roof, but still needs to be trained. And Mick Schumacher already has a year of F1 under his belt, currently on the Haas F1 team, and we already know what he does as a driver. So, you let me know between these 5 drivers, what are you feeling? Who you thinking? Or if you just want it to be dealer's choice and let me decide, that's perfectly fine, but who's going to stay, who's going to go? It's all up to you, and maybe me if no one decides. But until next time, I'm Like a Bosk, and thank you for watching.